Well, hello. And as always, thank you so much for joining us for our DRC Daily Devotional. Today is March 3rd, and it starts off with a prayer. 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 11. Hannah said this. Hannah made this vow, this prayer really. O Lord of heaven's armies, if you look upon my sorrow and answer my prayer and give me a son, then I will give him back to you. I prayed fervently and persistently for God to fulfill a deep desire. Over time, the pleas grew deeper and more desperate, and the desire grew larger in my own mind. In fact, it grew so large that I eventually realized it had become almost as important to me as God was. I had been desperately praying for God to fulfill my love for something that would rival him in my heart. Put a star next to that. We do that often, though it's usually so subtle that we hardly notice. We treat God as our Cyrano de Bergerac, who was put in the painful position of helping another man win the heart of someone Cyrano himself deeply loved. That's a famous story in literature. We ask God for those objects of our affection, forgetting that he desires to be an even greater object of our affection. We provoke his jealousy in our prayers for his blessings. God then has to choose between either watching our heart delight in his gift rather than the giver, or disappointing us by not giving us our heart's delight at all. In his mercy, he often gives anyway, but our joy in our treasures often overshadows our joy in him. Wow. There's a way around this dilemma, of course. It's to always treasure God over and above the things we ask of him. But that's easier said than done, considering our common misperceptions of his goodness and glory. Hannah, the verse we read to start, Hannah was able to maintain her priorities by offering the gift of her child Samuel back to God. And in a sense, that's what we have to do with every request we plead. The God who loves us passionately offers us extravagant blessings as long as we love him more extravagantly than them all. All right, so this is a good one. Like, share, do whatever. Get this one out. Let people know about this one. Here's the prayer. Lord, please forgive me for exalting my request above you. I want you to fulfill my desires, but not more than I want to fulfill your desires. My greatest affections belong to you always. I'm going to read that again. Lord, please forgive me for exalting my request above you. I want you to fulfill my desires, but not more than I want to fulfill, but not more than I want them to fill I really messed this up. Lord, please forgive me for exalting my request above you. I want you to fulfill my desires, but not more than I want to fulfill your desires. My greatest affections belong to you always. Again, thanks for watching and being patient as I stumble through the prayer. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.